What's up, everyone? It's Mr. Movie X Kicks, and I'm about to break down this Aquaman movie for you guys right after this.
I've been looking for you. Your half-brother, King Orm, is about to declare war upon the surface world.
Aquaman, starring Jason Momoa, hits theaters this weekend. The movie starts off with a lighthouse keeper by the name of Thomas Curry, who, while on duty, looks over and sees on the shore a woman who has been washed up to shore. This woman is Princess Atlanta of Atlantis, played by Nicole Kidman. He soon rescues her and takes her inside, and the two then fall in love, and they end up having a child, Arthur. Atlanta is forced to leave these two behind and return to her homeworld, or else the first meet Aquaman 30 years later as he is saving a submarine in the middle of the ocean and is being hijacked by two pirates named Black Manta and his father. And Black Manta is played by Yahya Abdul-Mateen, if I'm saying his name correctly. Aquaman defeats both these enemies rather easily and quickly, but not before making a lifelong enemy in Black Manta, as he does not help Black Manta save his father. Later on that day, Aquaman then meets Mira, played by Amber Heard, who comes to warn him that his half-brother Orm, played by Patrick Wilson, is declaring war on the surface world, and the only way to stop him is to retrieve the magical trident from the first ruler of Atlantis to become the true king. Now, that was just a brief summary. I didn't really want to give too much and too little of it, but I actually liked this movie. It was really well done. Jason Wan actually directed. If you guys a lot of them know from he did a lot of the kind of a couple of Insidious movies, and he's worked with Patrick Wilson before, the one who plays Orm, or AKA Ocean Master. Jason Momoa is great as Aquaman. I was really kind of in love with the story. Now, there are some positives and there are some negatives about this movie. One of the positives being that, of course, Jason Momoa is great. Also, Amber Heard, she does great as Mira as well. And I didn't expect to see Nicole Kidman as his mother, that as Princess Atlanta. That was a joy for me, because she didn't take no mess. In the very beginning, it starts off with the action. As you see, I'm gonna drop a picture for you guys, but the action scenes that start the movie off was just amazing. I was like, what? Like, is this what the movie's gonna be like? And it was. It was kind of like it was almost like a thrill that just never kind of stopped. Now, I did say there were some positives and some negatives about this movie. The negatives, I would say, this movie, it is a long movie. It's like they're trying to fit in so much in so little time. Well, it's not a little time, because it's a 2 hour and almost 24-minute movie. But sometimes it feels like, I don't want to say things are rushed, but it seems like they're giving us too much at one time. It's like they get their one job and they gotta go here, and they have to go here, and it's like sometimes it gets a little overwhelming, and you wish they would just pace it out a little better, or just maybe cut out some scenes. I think if it was like maybe 20 minutes, the fluidity of the movie would have kind of gone over a little better. The graphics in this movie are just outstanding. I mean, you were almost immersed with so much color. You were like, wow, like they really went in deep with this movie. And it's set to hit almost $65 million, but I think it should do more because it's Christmas. But we'll see if they can continue this trend. Now, as you know, DC has not had a good run at the box office, especially coming up against Marvel movies. I just think that they're trying to compete with Marvel instead of doing their own thing. To me, the bad thing I can say about these DC movies is there's no fluidity between them, between the next movie. They're all their individual entity movies, which is a plus and a negative. It's a plus because they're doing their own thing, which is well. But when you're trying to go up against Marvel, like all these Marvel movies connect, and I think the overbroad story if everyone wants a story to connect to the next story instead of just being their own separate stories. So that's what I think DC kind of needs to work on. Like, this story needs to connect to the next story and the story after that, and to bring it full circle with another Justice League or movies like that. One thing I forgot to mention in this movie was the role of Black Manta, how awesome he was. I'm talking about, it's like they ripped him exactly from the comic book. His character was perfect, and it almost makes you want to see a Black Manta movie. I love, and they didn't really go in depth with how exactly how he knew, because he was actually very smart, intelligent, as you see when he put together the outfit. He's actually was very wealthy because he is a treasure hunter, so that's one thing they kind of didn't go in depth with his character. But he's actually one of Aquaman's most greatest villains, so it's like they kind of touched on that, but I wish they would have kind of indulge more in it, because you seen they had that great action scene when they fought, which was probably one of the best scenes of the movie. And actually I missed, well, I'm gonna go back and see it, but they said there's an end credit scene. I'm so used to DC not doing end credit scenes that I didn't stay, but they said there's an end credit scene with Black Manta in it, so I'm gonna go back this weekend and check it out for sure. Well, he definitely was a great part and asset to this movie, so they need to continually keep him to do his maybe own spin-off movie. I think that would be great. Or the next time they do an Aquaman movie, he needs to be the main villain. But in all, it was a great movie. I had a fantastic time. My parents loved it. So I think it's a good family movie. So everyone, tell me what you guys thought about this movie. Had you seen it yet? Are you gonna go see it? It currently has like a 67 on Rotten Tomatoes, which I think it should have been a little higher. I think this movie, at least if I would have to give it a grade, I'd give it an 85 to 90. So 67 is really low. But as always, please subscribe and please leave me some comments, you guys. Let me know if you have seen this movie yet. Do you plan to go see it? And once you see it, just give me comments. Let me know what you thought about it. As always, Mr. Movies is out, and I'll holler at you guys later.